Hello, this is Jessa Wild. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for dropping in. This is a pick a deck career reading. This is a timeless career reading, so whenever you stumble upon this video is when you are meant to see it. I have cleansed the decks and shuffled the decks so we can go ahead and jump right in. We have, starting with group 1, we have the Light Seer's Tarot deck with by Chris Ann, along with the Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle deck, and it's topped with a sodalite gemstone. The next we have the original Rider-Waite Smith Tarot deck with the Alana Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle deck and the Blue Lace Agate stone. And then the third group is the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sturl with the Wild Offering Oracle deck by Tasha Silver. And on top of that is the citrine stone. So if you want to just take a moment, maybe close your eyes, take a deep breath, tap into your intuition, and choose one group that you feel most drawn to. I'll go ahead and say a prayer while you're doing that, and then we will jump into your readings. These readings, the timestamps are listed below. Holy Spirit, angel messengers, my spirit guides, high vibrational ancestors, and ascended masters, thank you so much for this time that I get to spend with this career group reading and this collective that's here today. Please use me to deliver clear, accurate, and specific messages. Please deliver this video to every person who needs to see it. May it be received with an open heart and mind as an offering of love, and may it be a blessing to their lives. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Amen. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into your career reading. Hello, Group 1. Welcome to your career reading. You have chosen the Light Seer's Tarot deck with the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle deck. Also, we have the sodalite gemstone on top. Some of you may already know this, but the sodalite gemstone is meant to bring order and calmness into a person's life. It encourages rational thought, objectivity, truth, and intuition. It brings emotional balance and calms panic attacks, and it enhances self-esteem, self-acceptance, and self-trust. So if you've chosen this group, you may be needing to receive some self-acceptance, some calmness in your life, some objectivity perhaps. So we'll see if any of that comes through in the cards in the reading today. We're going to start with a 6-card spread with the Light Seer's Tarot, and then we'll finish with an oracle card. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Can you please tell me what Group 1 needs to know? Angel messengers, spirit guides, thank you so much. What does Group 1 need to know about their career? What is the obstacle for Group 1? Can you please show us what the obstacle for Group 1 is, please? What will be learned, or how will the knowledge be best applied? What needs to be learned, or what knowledge will be best applied in this situation for career Group 1, please? Okay. In what way will Group 1 need to go beyond themselves and find courage? The Two of Pentacles. Where should group 1 focus their intention? How will group 1 need to express determination? Where do they need to focus their intention? Where should they place their focus? Where do they need to express determination? Thank you so much. For group 1 career reading. Thank you. We have the 9 of Wands covering the Knight of Swords. And in what way will group 1 need to be hold restraint or refrain? In what way will group 1 need to refrain as it relates to their career, please? Thank you so much. In what way will group 1 need to refrain? Thank you so much. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So let me just take this in just for 1 second. Beautiful. Where you are called to tread is the 10 of Cups. Of course it is. Interesting. The Hermit is the obstacle or your challenge. The Devil and the Star card, the star covering the Devil, is what needs to be learned, or how your knowledge that you have needs to be applied. The 2 of Pentacles is in what way will you need to go beyond yourself and express courage. The Knight of Swords covered by the 9 of Wands is how you will need to express determination, of course. And then here, in what way will you need to refrain or keep silent? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So starting here with the 10 of Cups, I mean, this is where you're called to tread. The 10 of Cups, I mean, this is beautiful, loving, gorgeous energy. This is about, you know, fulfillment in your work, fulfillment in your job, having it all, having this beautiful work-life balance, not having to sacrifice one for the other. And this is where you're called to tread. This is saying, like, and you know this too, inside of you, this is a no-brainer. This is exactly what you've been wanting, what you've been hoping. You may have a family right now, you may have children, and maybe not. Maybe you're just trying to find this work-life balance for yourself that allows you to do all the beautiful things that you want to do, that allows you to travel when you want to travel, and it allows you to, you know, maybe work remotely consistently. I know a lot of us are working remotely now, but this is where you're called to tread, the 10 of Cups. The obstacle, what lies across you and what the challenge is the Hermit card. Now, the Hermit card is all about going to the mountaintop, spending some time to gain some knowledge and wisdom. And you may have been in hermit mode for a little while. It may be time to come out of your shell. It might be time to step out of your comfort zone and take action. Because this is a very inward-facing card. Self-reflection, gaining wisdom, gaining knowledge, gaining insight. It seems that now is the time to move ahead in whatever career goals that you have. You know where you're called to tread. You know what you want. You know what you need for your life. and you've taken enough time to reflect on that, that there's no doubt. You know this already, but now it's time to take action. Because this is coming up as an obstacle card, and this is a card, a card of stillness. There's no movement here. I mean, the movement's happening internally, but externally everything's very calm. And since this is an obstacle for you, it's like it's time to get out of your shell, and it's time to start taking action, it appears. We'll see how the rest of this reading unfolds, and we might pull some clarification cards. What knowledge needs to be applied as it relates to your career? There seems to be something that you're tied to, and I'm assuming that it's a job, or if not a specific job, a career path. You may have been tied to a certain career, or you've been working in a certain career for quite some time, and it's not allowing you to have this 10 of Cups work-life balance. It's like you're chained to your job, you're chained to it, but it's tempting to stay because maybe it's offering you, the retirement package, it's giving you security, it's giving you, if not a lot of money, it's giving you enough money that you feel comfortable right now. And there's fear in the unknown, right? There's fear in not knowing what's going to happen. And so it's so tempting to stay. There's so many questions that arise when you want to move into something potentially new. I mean, I don't see a new anything being offered to you, but there's something that's really tempting about your career right now, but you're feeling like you're tied, like something is holding you back. You feel enslaved to your work right now. And so something has to change. It might not be that you want to change careers entirely, but maybe it's the job itself that's just like something has to change in this world because you can't continue. If this is where you're called to go, then at some point you have these chains keeping you tied to your career, even if it's like not physically, even if it's just constantly in your head, you're still tied to it, right? But it's covered by the Star card, and the Star card in the major arcana, the Star card comes after a bunch of darkness, including the Devil. So we have the Devil here, which is a 15, and then we have the Tower card, and then we have the Star card. And the Star card is like a card of renewal and of hope and of replenishment and of just getting back to yourself and being hopeful for the future. Like you've gone through the ringer and you're ready to come out, and with the lessons that you've learned, you're ready to move forward. You're being taken care of. You're trusting the universe. You're being looked out after. And you're very hopeful. You're looking to the future, which is wonderful to have this covering the Devil. It's like, yeah, you might be enslaved to something, but you're hopeful. You know that there's something else. Like, I mean, that's where you're called to tread. And you spend enough time in the hermit mode to know, like, you have this wisdom. You know that there is something better and there's a way to this. But you've got to learn how to overcome this Devil. The position on what you will need to take courage in, again, the Two of Pentacles is about, it can be about juggling. It can be about, possibly juggling finances. It could be about finding balance in something. Again, we go back to that work-life balance. And this is just reinforcing this, because typically this card doesn't talk about balance, but that's what I'm gathering from this, because it's a career reading and this is where you're called to tread. The cards are telling me is that that's what you want, is this balance in your life. And then we have this Two of Pentacles. It's like this is how you're going to have to express courage. You may need to put yourself in a position where you're going to have to move things around. You're going to have to juggle. There might be a lot of balls in the air. You might have to figure things out where you didn't have to necessarily do that in your current job or in the job that you were at previously, because there was that security. And that's why it was so tempting to stay, right? And it's difficult to move on to something new or to make changes in your world to get to this. You might have to make certain sacrifices that put you in this feeling of instability. And this is where you're going to have to find courage to, even though you feel scared, move forward and actively, this is an active card of moving things around and finding that balance. Where you'll need to express determination. The Knight of Swords, Knights are all about moving from one place to the next, moving from one situation to the next situation. And, amongst other things. This Knight of Swords is a fast-moving energy. Such fast-moving energy, literally running from wherever they're coming from to the future, as sprinting to get to this motorcycle so they can motor away as fast as they can to the next destination. And, we have this raven or this crow that's in tow, that's going along for the ride. And it's almost like, this is your guardian angels. These are your soul tribe coming with you. Almost telling you, we've got your back, like we're with you, we're like, this is the direction. And it seems like this is a very clear path. It's not like he's, yes, he's out in the middle of, he or she, right? Whoever this is, yeah, they're out in the middle of what looks like nowhere, but there's a very clearly defined path that's here. And there's an escape car, there's an escape motorcycle that's available to you. So you are going to have what it takes to move away quickly from this devil energy. And then covering that is the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior card. It's this card of, you fought the battle and you're prepared. You're wise. You have been there, done that. You're no stranger to the battles of life. You're no stranger to the battles that happen in business. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to defend your position. And this is saying, yes, you are the wounded warrior, but you're not down and out. You're strong. You are strong and you're ready to fight at any moment. You're prepared. You have your wands. You have what you need to, and that action and that fire is still in your belly. You may have gone through the battles, but you're still ready and willing to defend the choice of moving away from this devil energy, whatever that is, because you've gained insight. But now it's time to take action. And this is where you're going to have to express determination, courage and being willing to feel unstable, and then determination into taking this action and stepping out of this hermit mode, because you're hopeful, you already know. And then in what way will you need to have restraint or refrain? And we have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles is a card about slow and steady, stable movement forward. You may want to move slowly. You may want to be overly cautious. This is in the position of where will you need to have restraint. your instinct might be to like look at everything and to say, okay, well, now that I know everything, then I can make the next move, and then let me just see where I'm at, and then I can make the next move. But where you need to express determination, so we have two knights here. We have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Express determination, get your ass on that motorcycle. Excuse my French. Get over there and get moving. This is what's calling you to do this. This is what you need to work to avoid, because this might be your comfort zone here. Your comfort zone might be like, okay, I'm gonna move out of this hermit mode very slowly, make sure that I, you know, have everything just right, just in the order, but it might be preventing you. It might take you full circle back to this devil energy if you don't make a decision and go with it and move on it. I hope this message resonated with you. Let's go ahead and pull a oracle card for you and see what the final message is for you for this reading. Can we please have a final message for Group 1 career reading? Can we please have a final message for Group 1 career reading? Thank you so much. Holy Spirit, angel messengers, spirit guides, ascended masters, high vibrational ancestors, thank you so much. Can we please have a closing final message for Group 1 career reading? Hoping for a jumping card, but I may just use my intuition. The final message, there we go. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. These cards are so beautiful. You know, sometimes life forces a change, right? And it's because our inner knowing is this. Is the Ten of Cups, is, you know that this is what life is all about. It's about balance, it's about relationships, it's about your relationship with your work, but also your relationship with your loved ones, your family, your friends. And if you don't have these relationships, about making time to build those relationships. And it's easy to get stuck in a place where we get comfortable. And this is saying, you know, sometimes life happens for you. Life forces a change. Life is cracked open for your benefit. And it may not feel that way because you might have to juggle and you might feel like the wounded warrior. But it takes action to get to where you know you need to be, where your soul is calling you to be. Trust the process, trust your intuition, trust your higher self, and know that this too shall pass, that your feelings are correct. Your feelings of hope, your knowing, your inner knowing is correct. And it does take courage to get uncomfortable. but it's going to be so worthwhile when you find yourself in that 10 of Cups energy. I hope this message resonated with you. I hope you liked it. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment below and share it with friends. Also, if you like to see more of my content, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell for more of my recent videos. Also, you can follow me on Instagram for daily mindful messages, as well as a love reading. All of that information is is linked in the description box below. I hope that you have a beautiful and abundant day. Hello Group 2, welcome to your career reading. You have chosen the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck along with the Alana Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. On top of that, we have the blue lace agate. The blue lace agate is a stone that is like soothing, nurturing. It has this inherent calmness. It alleviates anger, nervous tension. It frees expression of thoughts and feelings. It counteracts the suppression of feelings that stem from being judged or rejected. It enhances sound healing. It's about communication, clarity, and confidence, and it's associated with your throat chakra. So you may be looking for clarity of mind. You may be wanting to communicate more clearly, or wanting to have clear communication come to you. We'll see if that comes up in the cards. It may not, but that is what this this stone represents. So we'll see what comes up in the cards. We're going to start with the 6-card spread, and then we will pull a final message with the Sacred Rebels Oracle card. So let's go ahead and jump right into this reading. Holy Spirit, angel messengers, my spirit guides, high vibrational ancestors, and ascended masters, what does Group 2 need to know about their career? Thank you so much. This is where you're called to tread, 4 of Swords. What does Group 2 need to know about their career? Wow, this is your obstacle. We have the 2 of Wands covered by the 9 of Cups, and that covers the 7 of Cups, covers the 9 of Cups. These are your obstacles for this reading. What does Group 2 need to know about their career? What knowledge will they need to learn or apply to their current career situation, please? What knowledge? Okay, there we go. Whoa, all these cards are coming out. Well, you know what that tells me when that happens is that there's a lot going on in your career. There's a lot that's happening. So these cards are talking. We'll see. We'll get some clarification cards when we need this. I will take all of these cards, or 4 of these cards. We have the 10 of Cups. This is what will need to be learned, or how you will need to apply knowledge that you have. So we have the 10 of Cups, and that is covering the 5 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles was the foundational energy. 10 of Cups was sitting on top of all of it. So we'll lay them out that way. What is going on with your career, guys? What is happening? Okay. Thank you so much for these messages. What does Group 2 need to... How do they need to express courage? How does Group 2 need to express courage in their career? How does Group 2 need to express courage as it relates to their career, please? How does group 2 need to express courage as it relates to their career, please? How does group 2 need to express courage as it relates to their career? Thank you so much. We have the 2 of Swords. How will group 2 need to express determination as it relates to their career, please? How will group 2 need to express determination? Thank you so much. We have the 7 of Swords. And in what way will group 2 need to show restraint in their career? What way will group 2 need to show restraint in their career, please? Well, okay. We have, group 1 got this in the same position. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. That's so crazy. So we have let me just spread these out and take a look at what we've got here. I just like to see them all. So thank you for your patience. So here we have you. This is where you're called to tread. It's like you need a break. You need a rest. There has been some kind of something that you need to heal from, or you've done a healing work and it's time to rest from that. Like there was some kind of, with your career, something happened, like some kind of big break, some kind of big, a wrench in the works. Something happened that has caused you to just need to crash, to turn off the phone, to turn off the television, to take a nice long nap, and to recuperate, and just to like shut your, turn the volume on your brain and your mind that's buzzing, just turn it down. And like watch mindless television, like that kind of feeling. Taking a nap, sleeping, like this is what you're called to do. This is a career reading, but here's the thing. We can only bring our best selves to our work if we are rested and we are taken care of, and we're taking care of ourselves. As soon as we stop taking care of ourselves, as soon as we just, if we bypass this step and we just power through this step, it will inevitably come crashing back, and we'll wind up full circle back in this position again, where we'll be forced to stop and rest. So even though this is a career reading, this is where you're called to tread. This is what you're called to do. It looks like the obstacles for you is that you have some choices here. I mean, the foundational, it looks like you've stepped out in something. This is a new energy. It's almost like you've had an idea, perhaps a new idea for your career, or you've gotten some kind of, maybe you've gotten a new offer of some kind, and you still have questions though. You're trying to decide, do I, accept a job? Do I stay where I'm at? Do I start my own business and move forward with this idea that I have? There's something new that has happened. Something new has been offered to you. You've started something new. But you're in this like place of limbo, kind of trying to make a decision, but there's inaction here. You have too many questions still, and there's something that's keeping you here, keeping you stagnant. You have the Nine of Cups, which is beautiful, but then it's covered by the Seven of Cups. So it's almost like you may have a lot of choices. Or you may be feeling very comfortable right now. And this feeling, if your head's in the clouds a little bit and you feel like you have a lot of choices to make, and maybe there's no rush in finding work because you're in a kind of a comfortable position right now. It's like, oh well, I'll just take my time to figure out, look at all my options and figure out what I want to do, and I have all of these ideas and I don't really know what direction I should step out into. And so I'm okay now, I'm comfortable right now, so I'm just gonna really take my time and just like look at all this, and I have all these ideas. But you have to be really careful with this card because you might not be seeing clearly. Your judgment, because your head's in the clouds, your judgment might not be on point. And this is the obstacle that you're dealing with right now as it relates to work. Let's move on from this. I may come back to this to pull a clarifying card, because this Nine of Cups here, you're being called to rest. And I'm not seeing movement here, but it looks like it looks like your head might be in the clouds a little bit, weighing all these different options, not knowing what to choose. There's confusion here, and I'm gonna get a clarifying card. I have a card in mind. We'll see if it comes up. Like, I'm thinking right now of the Nine of Swords. I'm wondering if you're causing your own confusion, like you're confusing yourself. So that is what's lying across from you as your obstacle. Here we have what knowledge you will need and how to best apply the knowledge that you have. We have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is about, a balanced budget. It's about, things, being conservative with your money. It could be about being miserly, but but that's more of the shadow side of it, like holding on to money too tightly. I feel that it's more about, you're in a place where you have some money, and this is showing me that it's wise, or you may need to learn, right? Because this is in a position where you need to apply knowledge. You need to apply knowledge here on making sure that you're being conservative with the money that you have, and balancing the budget, looking at what you have, creating a budget for yourself potentially. Like, it looks like you're in a good position, but really you're aware of your money, you're aware of where it's going, how it's coming and how it's going. This is telling me that you still need to be working on your pentacles, right? Learning a new skill, applying your knowledge into your work. What skills do you already have? What skills do you need to learn? Do you need to go back to school? Do you need to take like a additional course to apply towards your career right now? Because there's work to be done. And this is about learning. So it's about applying the skills that you have, applying the knowledge that you have, or learning a new skill as it applies to your work. With this Five of Swords here, this Five of Swords is about an empty victory. So with this in your in this position, it's like you may have experienced someone treating you in a way that was like a sore loser or a sore winner, really. Like burning bridges, kind of, to get what you want. Winning no matter what the cost. I feel like, you've experienced this energy, like someone has treated you this way in the past, and I feel like you need to draw upon this experience of how you experienced this person, possibly how you treated somebody else, as a reminder moving forward. Like, that's a knowledge that you have. You know this feeling. You've been there. You know it in whatever side of it you were on, whether you were the person that was the sore winner, or you were the victim of this. It's needing to remember this and apply it towards your work situation as you move forward. Making sure that you don't behave like the people that you worked with in the past as you move into whatever you're doing in the next situation. And this is covered by the 10 of Cups, which is a beautiful card. The 10 of Cups is about like just total bliss and happiness and family and love and relationships. And with this being a career reading, this is about like the perfect, your emotional cups as it relates to your career are full, like completely happy, completely satisfied in what you're doing. If you don't already know, if you haven't already experienced this situation, it's going to be something that you learn as you're putting these other things into place, as you're working on your new skill or gaining a new knowledge. You either may encounter someone with this type of energy that has this like win at no matter what cost, or this is like a bit of a warning that you need to learn that it takes hard work. Trust the work that you're doing, trust the knowledge that you're doing, trust the skills that you're applying to your work. This is what will get you ahead, not burning bridges. But I feel more like you're going to encounter this energy, if you haven't already, that you may encounter somebody else who's a bit underhanded, who isn't willing to put in the work. And this might be something that you'll need to learn to look out for this type of energy. And with the 10 of Cups here, I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is about just complete satisfaction. And so you may even have to learn how to, live in this space, or remind yourself of what you're working towards. Continue to pay, put in the work, balance your budget, be moderate in your spending and your investing, be wise with it, focus on the work, pay attention to the people around you, and, pay attention to them, but don't give them your focus. Focus on this. That was a lot. That was a lot for it to learn. Let's move on. In what way do you need to express courage? There's a choice to be made. I mean, and that's already seen in the obstacle position with this 7 of Cups. Here you are with this courage. You are sitting in front of a calm, body of water. in front of this calm ocean. And you have these two swords in your hands, pointing in opposite directions. And you're blindfolded. Which way do you go? It's like a stalemate. You don't know what direction to choose. Now, this could be a stalemate with another person where you're unwilling to make a choice, you're unwilling to move forward, you're unwilling to compromise. And this is, I mean, here again, we're looking at these Two of Wands as well. You know, you have questions, you don't know which direction to go, you have choices to make. And you're called to be courageous and to put down your swords, remove the blindfold, and make a decision and step out into that decision, step out in that direction, whatever that direction may be. Because you can sit here for a while, but eventually the tide's going to come in and you're going to find yourself in water, right? So you can't sit here forever. And you don't have to be in this position. You're choosing to be in this position. Because all you have to do is move and set the swords down, right? And remove the blindfold. So this is where you're called to be courageous by making a decision, even if you don't have all the answers in front of you. And that's, you know, we'll get to that because that is reflected with the Knight of Pentacles, which we'll get to in a moment. In what way will you need to express determination? This is like going back to what I was talking about here. Be mindful of the people that are around you. And be mindful in how you interact with others. It could be two different things. You may be tempted to be secretive and Machiavellian and sneaky and, you know, go around behind people's backs and doing things so that you can get all the swords, right? Because here, this person here has all the swords sneaking away. This person here is left with all the swords, but at what cost, right? So this could be a warning, like, hey, you need to express determination in that you need to fight against or resist this impulse, perhaps, to be secretive and sneaky. You might have to work with others. You might have to collaborate. It might be something new that you haven't had to do in the past. And you may want to do things your own way and go behind people's back. However, it could also mean, for some of you, that this is a person that you need to look out for. That you need to look out for someone in your space that is behaving this way. It could also indicate that you need to be discreet in your own dealings. Not sneaky, but if you have some kind of new idea that you're working on and you need to make a decision about it, then you need to hold your idea close to your vest. Show some discretion and don't tell the world about it. So, you know, take it as it resonates because this is a general reading. You know, it can apply in so many different ways. I'm just now getting this sense that if you are, you know, if you have an idea, right, and you're looking for, I'm going to pull a card in a second for this Nine of Cups because I need some clarity on this Nine of Cups. But if you have an idea, or you have multiple ideas, maybe you're looking for an investor of some kind. It could be this, like, be careful who you trust your concepts with, your ideas with, because here you are working hard. You're, you know, paying close attention to where money's going. You're working hard, and you don't want to get into bed with the wrong person, you know, so to speak. Like you don't want to trust the wrong person who might take advantage of you, because your goal is this. So, you know, take it as it resonates. Let me get, can I please have a clarifying card for the Nine of Cups? Can you please clarify the Nine of Cups in the obstacle position for group 2? Can you please clarify? Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Clarifying the Nine of Cups, we have the Six of Cups and the Hermit card. The Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. The Hermit card is a card of going within and gaining wisdom and insight, taking time away from other people to be with yourself, to find inner wisdom, inner peace, to quiet your thoughts, to meditate. Yeah. I feel like you're putting this into action, like this is a card of Virgo as well. You might be a Virgo. Just throwing that out there. So you could be a Virgo. You could also be, you could also have children perhaps, be thinking about your children, be thinking about a time in your past that was really loving, that you really enjoyed. Being very satisfied, self-satisfied. I think that this energy, this is all happening kind of in the midst of, like, while you're trying to make a decision. It's almost like you're in this calm mind frame already. Like you're being called to rest. And it's like you kind of are, right? Like you're enjoying your time while you can, because you have a little bit of money. This isn't a money card, but because we're talking about career and business and finance, that's how I'm reading this. Because the Nine of Cups is about being self-satisfied and being full. So it's like you're in this good position, so you're appreciating where you are. And you are taking time to go within and figure things out. But there's work to do because you have a lot of different decisions to make, or a lot of different things pulling you in different directions, trying to take your attention, and so it's hard to get to this insight, even though you're working to do that, working to find that wisdom, but your head's in the clouds a bit because you're pulled in all these different directions. Okay, and then finally we have, in what way do you need to restrain or keep silent? And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is all about steady, slow moving energy, right? So this is essentially saying that you might be inclined to move very slowly, and while you're making this decision. But this is suggesting that here you are looking at your money, right? You're looking at your work, you're looking at your money and your career. I was going to say, you may need to fight this need to move slowly. You might need to have some energy, but I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing a quick moving energy. I'm seeing actually a lot of, stagnant energy. with the exception of the Seven of Swords, yeah, I feel like your focus shouldn't be so much on the money, because you see this Knight of Pentacles is focusing, so just looking right at the money, has the money right, the career, the money, the finance, whatever this is for you for this reading. It's like solely looking at that, solely focused on that. And this is saying that you need to actually be focused on whatever this is. Let's pull a clarification card. Focused on this person. There's someone sneaky going on. And it's like, you almost need to, who's the rat? Who's the rat in the group? Like, who are you hanging out around? Because you're being called to take a break. You're being called to be the hermit. You have decisions to make. You don't have time for this. You have things to learn. You have places to go with this. Like you want to go to this beautiful Ten of Cups energy. You have decisions to make. And yet, right in the middle of all of it is this character, this weird energy. And it's like you're being called to pause. Okay, it's coming together for me. Sorry, it took a second. You're being called to actually pause. Take a break from looking at this, looking at the money, looking at the career, looking at the stuff, and figure out, who is this? Who is this person around you? What don't you know? There's something going on that you don't know. There's information that you don't have. Swords are about information, about communication, and about information. And here you're actually sleeping on the sword. Like there's a sword underneath you. There's some kind of communication, some kind of knowledge, some kind of insight that you are not seeing, that you're laying on top of, that you do not have. This person has knowledge that you don't have. This person's taking knowledge, insight away from you, hiding it from you. Can we please clarify the Seven of Swords in the focus and intent position for group 2? Can you please clarify the Seven of Swords? Thank you so much. Okay. We have justice. Beautiful. That is wonderful. Justice will be served. Look, and you're holding the sword in your hand. Look who has the information now. Information's coming your way. Justice is going to be served in your favor. Focus on the justice though, because this is again in the focused intent where you need to express determination position. You need to focus on getting justice. The Page of Wands. This is a and the Knight of Cups. Okay, these are two people. We have two people here. This could be an indicator of who we're looking at. Page of Wands, a very young energy, someone who's just out of college, perhaps. The Wands is a fire energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's a very excited, very engaged, very active energy. So if there's someone in your world that's like this, you know, look at them. Like take a closer look at this person. Someone who's like super eager, super ambitious, is like ready to just go for it, ready to take action constantly, moving forward. And we have the Knight of Cups. This is the, this is the Rico Suave romancer of the knights. of the tarot, really. And this is this is the romantic. The Knight of Cups energy is also young energy, but a bit older than the Page of Cups. This is a water sign, a water energy, so it could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, young energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, a little bit older energy. Could be just slightly older than this person here, but older nonetheless. So, you know, take a look, see if there's anyone in your surroundings that's like this, male or female. It doesn't matter what the gender is. That's just the energy behind it, because they could be withholding information from you or going behind your back with something. So you need to be focused on getting justice and getting the information, that sword in your hand, balancing the scales in your favor, taking a rest from looking at your career and trying to make all these decisions that are required of you. Because yeah, you do have to, it's saying like, yes, you have all this stuff going on, like you're working hard, you're putting in the work, you're doing what the responsible stuff that you need to be doing, because you're wanting to learn about this, you're wanting to get to this and apply this knowledge in your life, you want to have this experience. But then you have these little stinkers that are kind of in these random places, just poking their head in, and that's not okay. They've got to go. Yeah, this energy has got to go. Hi, group 2. I am so sorry, but my camera ran out of storage. I thought it was recording, and right towards the end of your reading, it cut off. So I just kept on talking, not realizing. So I want to just step back to it because it was getting so profound, and I promise you these cards came out on their own, spirit-led. I do want to go over them with you. I pulled clarification cards for the Two of Swords because I wanted to know, because we have here these two, I strongly feel like this is, you know, Spirit telling us, like God telling us there's two characters that are involved here, that are talking behind your back, they're going behind your back, there's something, and that you need to be looking out for justice. You need to be seeking justice. I wanted to see in what ways you needed, what other ways aside from making a decision and removing the blindfold, because let me move these. We'll get to these in a second. These are pretty juicy, and I'm sure you've already read them, but we will get to these. It's just gorgeous. You're being called, in the way that you need to have courage is you need to set down these swords, remove the blindfold, because remember I was saying before, your head was in the clouds, and you know, at first I thought it was about in the clouds about not knowing what decision to make, but it's like your head's in the clouds because you're so focused on your work, and you're being told to stop, to take a break, stop focusing on your work for a second so that you can suss out what is what this energy is, who these people are, and that you can move past that to then go back and start looking at your work, right? So it's about removing that blindfold. It's about having the, focusing your intention should be focused on finding justice. I pulled some clarifying cards and a bunch of cards came out, so I took them all and went through them very quickly, so I'll do that again with you. Covering the top is the Chariot. It's covering all of this, and the Foundation card was actually, the Fool card was the Foundation card. I believe that the Fool card really is connected to your career in general and what's happening here. It's like telling you to have faith, to go ahead with this idea that you have, to trust the process, to take that leap of faith and go for it. And it's like we have your career reading here, but then we have these people that are like inserted themselves into this career reading. It's telling you, well, you got to take care of this first. So that's sort of what's being shown here as well. It's like, have the courage to, yes, take off your blindfold to figure out who these people are. Also have the courage to move forward on this idea that you have. Have the courage to be willing to get a new perspective about the people in your life, to take another look at who's around you. Have the courage to make a decision to move away from the people that are not serving you, or even from the job that's not serving you. Take the knowledge that you have and move away from a bad situation. Remind yourself that you are the King of Pentacles. Have the courage to know your self-worth and affirm that in yourself every single day, even if you have to say it out loud in front of a mirror. You are the King of Pentacles, male or female energy, it doesn't matter. You are abundant. You are business savvy. You have so much to bring to the table in terms of career and business and finance. You're awesome, and have the courage to own that in yourself and exude that, show up every day in your life this way. Have the courage to do that. Also, this is saying, have the courage to know that there's some information coming. There's the pages also about information, and so there's going to be surprise information. That's what this little fish in the cup is representing here. Some kind of surprise news is coming your way, and you'll need to have the courage to look at it. And I think that surprise news is going to be related to this negative energy here, these people here that aren't serving you. And then what covers all of this is the Chariot. Have the courage to move forward. The Chariot is about a fast-moving energy. It's about opposing forces being balanced, and it's about just moving forward quickly with gusto, with the knowledge that you have. Once you've taken off this blindfold and you see what things really are, it's going to allow you to move forward much faster than you have been. And you know, you're being called to refrain from just looking at your pentacles and your work and your finances so that you can suss this out. But also, this is a really slow moving energy too. So once you've taken this rest, once you've found the knowledge that you need to find, then you'll need the courage to move forward in the direction of the Fool, getting back on track with your career, getting back on track with your ideas, you know, and they're bookending each other. Foundation, top. Then I pulled from this beautiful Alana Fairchild Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. These 3 cards came out in this order. No joke. Restore and replenish, and that was the very first card that came out here, was the restore and replenish card, was the rest card, getting some rest so that you can see what's in front of you. The very next card in this order was be the hunter, not the hunted. Have clear sight and clear vision about what's around you. It's like someone's trying to take advantage of you. So instead of being hunted by them, you hunt them down, you find them, you seek justice. Allow yourself to rest so that you can have clear sight into the situation, into what you're not seeing. And then lastly, release the dark wound, let love in. It can be so painful when you allow people into your lives, or you become friends with coworkers and you think that they have your back. You think that you can share, you know, your secret information with them. Share your you know, your career ideas with. Maybe they're stealing your ideas and taking credit for it behind your back. And it can be so painful when you trust people and they betray your trust. And this is about releasing those wounds, releasing that, and finding love from the people that you can trust, from those trusted relationships, being nurtured by those relationships, and releasing the people that don't serve you, that are harmful and toxic in your life, releasing those. Once that's taken care of, then you're going to be able to move forward with in your career, and you're going to be so much happier and so much healthier, and You're going to have that clear vision and that clear insight that you need. But you will need to take a break from work, like a mental break. It could just be one evening or one weekend where you just say no. You put up a boundary and say, nope, I am forcing myself to turn my phone off, to not look at my emails, to just be chill for a bit and be quiet in my mind. It will give you clarity. Because I feel terrible because my camera shut down, stop recording. I do want to pull another card because I just wish you could have seen it. It was just so beautiful as it happened. I was really excited. So I'm sad that I didn't get to capture any of that, but I hope that this recap was helpful. I didn't pull those cards myself, I promise. Can you please give just one final message for group 3? Can you please just give one final message for group 3? What is it that group 3 really needs to hear right now? Please, one final message for group 3. What is it that group 3 really needs to hear right now? Maybe a word of encouragement for group 3, or perhaps advice on next steps. I need a final message for group 3, please. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of cards, but we'll take them. Power of attraction, covering everything. The foundation is inner trust. Look at that. Trust your intuition. It will guide you. It will give you clear sight so you can hunt down and find justice. Have faith in the process. Absolutely. Have faith in knowing that this is not forever, that your work is not in vain. Have faith that you're learning lessons from this experience. Have faith that justice will be served. Continue to dream your big, beautiful dream that you have. It's like I sense that this nonsense is interrupting your work, your dream, your vision. It's preventing you from getting to the good stuff, getting to the good life. But continue to dream your dream. Continue to do the work, trust the process, seek justice, but don't lose hope. Don't lose sight of your dream. You're coming back to it. You're coming back to it with this Chariot. You're going to take a rest for a moment, but you're coming right back to your dream. So don't lose sight of that. Every journey starts with a single step. And that is just going back to this Fool card, is that you may feel like, okay, well, we just got started and now I have to start all over again, because maybe you have to find new people to work on your business. Maybe you have to find a new job because the people that you're working with right now can't be trusted and are completely toxic and are stealing your ideas. Or you may have to move to a different department, or whatever that is. It's like every journey starts with a single step, and you're going to get that. Just take brick by brick, step by step, one foot in front of the other. And then the power of attraction. Attract new people into your life that are worthy of your big dreams, of your big vision, of your big life. Because you have a big dream and a big vision and a big life that you're learning to step into. Attract that. There's so much power in focusing on the good, focusing on releasing the wounds of your past, focusing on the good so that you can bring in the good, and letting this nonsense go, trusting this is part of the learning experience, trusting that you need to learn this to be the best employee, employer, boss, whatever that is. It's all going to come together so that you can live this big dream of yours. I do hope that this message resonated with you. I know that it was long. Thank you so much for those of you that stuck with me to the end of this reading. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, comment below, and share it with friends. Also, if you'd like to see more of my content, please subscribe and hit that notification bell for my most recent videos. Also, you can follow me on Instagram for daily mindful messages. I also do a one-card love drawing. It's just about self-love and about loving others. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a beautiful and abundant day. Good luck in your career, Group 2. Thank you so much. Hello, Group 3. Welcome to your career reading. I went ahead and cleansed these decks and pre-shuffled the decks. You have chosen the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Starrell, with the citrine stone on top. For those of you who don't know, citrine is a wonderful gemstone that represents full abundance, and it's a great stone for new business ventures and for artists of all kinds. So that may resonate with you. We'll see if any of that comes up in the reading. You've also chosen the Wild Offering Oracle by Tasha Silver Oracle deck. So what we're going to do is a 6-card career reading spread. We'll pull some clarifiers if we need to, and then we'll get a final message from the Tasha Silver Oracle Wild Offering. So let's go ahead and jump right into your reading. Holy Spirit, angel messengers, my spirit guides, high vibrational ancestors, and ascended masters, what does Group 3 need to know about their career? What does Group 3 need to know about their career? Thank you so much for clear, specific messages for Group 3. What does Group 3 need to know about their career? Thank you so much. Okay, this might be too many. We have strength. No, I'm going to take them. This is the path where you are called to tread. We have strength covering these cards, and we have the lovers at the bottom of the cards. In between, we have 8 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. This is where you are called to tread. We'll go through all of these. What is the obstacle for Group 3's career? What is the obstacle that Group 3 needs to know about? Thank you so much. The Magician. Thank you. Magician crosses. What does Group 3 need to know, or how to apply their knowledge? 6 of Pentacles. Thank you so much. In what way will Group 3 need to go beyond themselves to express courage? In what way does Group 3 need to express courage, to go beyond themselves? In what way does Group 3... Thank you so much. We have... Oh, wow, the Queen of Cups. The 2 of Wands, the 5 of Wands. In what way should Group 3 place their focus and intent? Whoa, that was my fault. I apologize. What I will say, though, is I always feel like when that happens, there's a lot to be unearthed in this position, which is where you need to focus your intent. So your focus might be a bit scattered right now. We'll see if that comes up in the cards. In what way does Group 3 need to focus? Where do they need to put their focus? Where does Group 3 need to put their focus as it relates to their career, please? Thank you so much. In what way does Group 3 need to focus? Where do they need to put their intention? How will they need to express determination? Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. We have the Seven of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Let's see how this reading unfolds. And in what way will Group 3 need to show restraint? Thank you. The Emperor. Thank you so much. Just want to move these cards so you can see them. Okay. I'm just taking in the cards. Where you are called to tread. On the foundation of where you are called to tread, we have the Lover's card. Since this is a career reading, this can indicate that you may have a choice. This is a card of Gemini, so you might be a Gemini. You might be working with a Gemini or for a Gemini. It doesn't have to be the case. You may have a choice that you need to make. There also may be healing that needs to take place surrounding your career. Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing. It's also the angel of overcoming obstacles. It feels, you know, the Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed bondage. It's, you know, there's this person here that's able to shake off those ropes around her and remove the blindfold and walk away from this, you know, the thing that's keeping her bound, the thing that's closing in around her. I say her because I'm just looking at this photo, but it could be any gender. It's something, I feel that something has happened in your career in the past that was painful, and it put you in this position of feeling stuck and feeling trapped. But you're not stuck or trapped. This is a feeling that it's like you're imagining this, or you're putting yourself in this position. You're allowing yourself to stay stuck in some kind of position. But you're talented and you're skilled. I mean, this is where you're called to tread. It's like you're being called. This is a lot of information just to the first laydown, or the first. I'm just sensing a lot of past energy here. It's like there's a skill that you're developing. You're completely capable. You're completely capable. You're very, very talented. You're very skilled. And it's like you need to move away from this energy and heal from the past. Healing from the past will help you get unstuck so that you can move into this place of developing your skills, not a new skill, developing your skills, because your work will be noticed. People notice your skills. I don't think that you see that. It's like you're blind to your talents almost. You're blind to the fact that people are admiring your work. It's like you're not seeing it because you were hurt in the past. Or maybe some job effort that you had, work that you had put in, wasn't paying off. You felt like people weren't seeing it, but people were seeing it. Maybe you were let go from a position or something, and it really made you doubt yourself. And this is calling you just to face your fears, to tame that beast inside of you that's telling you, that's lying to you, that's keeping you trapped in this position. It's time to have strength and have courage to remove those blindfolds and to walk away from this trapped feeling, to be strength, to take the healing and encouragement and help from Archangel Raphael, so that you can walk in strength and tame that beast that was that past hurt. Since strength is on top, I'm keeping strength on top. You're called to be strength. You're called to tame the lion, tame that beast within you, tame those negative thoughts, walk with love and strength and courage, move forward in your career. Your obstacle, the thing that crosses you, is the Magician card. I feel like this is really related to not seeing clearly, like feeling stuck, not realizing that you have all the tools that you need to succeed. I mean, this is a great card to have in your opposition card. You always want like a nice positive card that crosses you, because what it's saying is that you do have that, and you need to, pick up those tools that you have. You need to trust your talents, trust your skills, and move forward. You'll need to take courage to be able to be the magician. It takes strength to do this work, to trust yourself that you're capable of doing this work. But you have it in you. And this is your obstacle, is believing that you're capable of creating anything that you want and doing it beautifully and successfully. I mean, this is the alchemist to some extent. You're the magician. You can make anything happen. Like you have all the tools that you need in your arsenal to do that. What do you need to learn, or what knowledge needs to be applied? We have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of charitable giving. It can also be a card of wise investments. Someone could be actually investing in you, maybe giving you finances to invest in your company or business, giving you help, financial help to help with like your rent or something like that if you're in between jobs. Because this is a career reading, this could be, someone offering you a new opportunity, someone who sees that you're in need, who might see that you're in a position where you need strength, that you need courage, that you need support. It's definitely someone that's coming in to offer you some kind of support so that you can move into this, beautiful magician space, and that you can also, do the work so that people can see you, so that you can heal and move away from all of this. I'll leave these out. I wasn't going to, but I will. Sometimes we like to see the cards, right? See the process here. So yeah, I mean, it looks like someone that sees how talented you are, they want to invest in you in some way. And this could even just be a family member helping you out, but it could also be like a job offer, or someone that you meet through networking. I'm actually going to pull a clarifying card on this, because this, this is also about how your knowledge is, how does your knowledge need to be applied? If this is a charitable card, is this about you being able to receive charity from someone? Being able to receive a gift from someone? Being able to receive support from someone? I mean, that could be it. Can I please have a clarifying card for the Six of Pentacles? Thank you so much. Five of Cups. Yeah, it's like you've had a loss. What I was saying before. It's like you've had a loss and there needs to be healing that's taken place. And you're looking at these 3 cups. But here, look, she has 2 gifts in her hands right here. There's 2 cups still standing. And she has two gifts in her hands, an offering, 2 offerings. But you may be so busy looking at what you've lost, that you're not seeing the gift that's being offered to you. So in this learning position, it might be seeing who's investing in you, who wants to invest in you, trusting that there's people around you who see who see how talented you are, and that want to be investing in you. This could also be saying you may need to learn how to step out and ask people for help, and that can be very difficult to do at times, because we allow our ego to get in the way, right? I mean, we have to swallow our pride at times and be courageous to accept help, whether that's emotional or financial, especially if we feel embarrassed by a loss or defeated by a loss, or if we feel like we've failed in some big way. And we feel like, sometimes that's the hardest time to receive help, because you feel like, it's like when you need it the most, you almost feel like, I can do it myself. Like, why did that happen? And we get into this, weird cycle. Excuse me. In what way will you need to go beyond yourself and express courage? We have the Queen of Cups at the foundation here. The Queen of Cups is the most beautiful, loving, nurturing, wise, mothering energy. And I sense that this is how you need to be treating yourself, is loving yourself, nurturing your career, loving your career, getting back on track, reminding yourself what you're passionate about, what drives you, what you enjoy, loving the work that you're doing, really pouring love into yourself and into your job and into your career, with emotion, bringing your whole person into it. All of your emotions, all of your sensitivities, all of your passions, your feelings, just bringing that into your work. And that's a challenge. It's where you need to express courage. You need to express courage in making a decision of, you might still have questions. You might not be sure what direction to step out into. But this is a stagnant energy, and there needs to be action that takes place, and you need to have courage when you take that action as well. Courage to make the decision to take action, courage to love yourself, courage to make a decision, and then competition. Am I talking to an artist here? Am I talking to a freelancer here? There's going to be competition out there. If you make a decision to continue your art, continue your freelancing, continue, it doesn't even have to be that, but because you could be passionate about accounting, you know, it could be anything. Once you make a decision and have courage to step out in the thing that you love, you will encounter other people trying to do the same thing. You might encounter that as an obstacle, but that's kind of a good thing. There's this scripture that goes, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And I mean, that's fantastic. So when we are competing with each other, it can be a good competition because it sharpens us. It sharpens our skills. It teaches us lessons. We learn from each other as we're battling each other and as we're moving around. This isn't bad competition. This is like good competition. And yeah, it can be difficult. It can be like you don't know who you're going to encounter. But this is where you need to express courage as it relates to your career right now. And where you should place your focus and intention. How do you need to express determination? This card came up in Group 2's reading in a very different way, but it's a couple of things. I feel this is saying that you need to be discreet with your ideas and your work right now, because you're still healing from some kind of past failure in work. You've lost, failure or some kind of loss. You're still healing from that. You're still gaining your courage and gaining your strength and reminding yourself of your self-worth and how talented you are, removing yourself from this place of being stuck, like claiming your power as the magician, the creative artist that you are, the creative entrepreneur, the creative, accountant, whatever that is for you, that you may not want to be telling the whole world that your ideas or your plans for the future or what you're about to do, because you're still in this healing, strengthening process of getting back on your feet. And I mean, this energy it can be like a sneaky energy, but I'm not getting that right now for you. I'm getting that there's discretion, that you need to just keep your cards close to your vest. Can we please have a clarification card for the 7 of Swords for Group 3? Can we please, thank you so much. 10 of Pentacles. Focus on your pentacles. Focus on your money. Yeah. So don't worry. Like, you see how she's turning her head behind her? Don't worry about the past. Don't focus on the past. Focus on your pentacles. Focus on this bright, beautiful future. This is like complete and total financial abundance and freedom. This is total abundance, total freedom. This is like, oh gosh, the words just left me. This is like family money. This is creating generational wealth, right? And focus on this. Don't focus on your past failures. Don't focus on this. Focus on where you're going, and do the healing work before you, and do the work and actually apply yourself and create what you need to create before you go kind of talking about it. Because I think talking about it before you're ready to put it out there, it might slow down your process of, getting here faster, getting to this place of like being completely confident in yourself. And because there's still a lot of work that needs to be done internally. You don't really need all of these outside perspectives, these people coming at you, because like only you are able to do that inner work for yourself. Like no one else can do that for you. And I think that doing the healing, going through that healing process, calling on your angels to help you in this process as you're doing the work, like asking for your muses to be with you. Say, please help me to create, help me to, you know, please give me the strength and the courage that I need to get unstuck, get out of my self-imposed bondage, this maybe like writer's block or something that's happening that's preventing you from doing the work. But you're so talented and creative, you have everything that you need. But focus on this. Focus on when you do the work, when you put love, pour your whole heart and love into it, you can create this. Focus on your pentacles, focus on the money and your business, and not the past. And then lastly, it's in what way will you need to have restraint? And we have the Emperor here. The Emperor is a card of, you know, it's a beautiful card. It's this like very powerful fatherly energy. It's but it can be this card, you know, you're being called to be the Queen of Cups, right? You're being called to be the most loving, most nurturing energy. And the Emperor is like kind of the opposite, right? Right? The Emperor is wise and isn't cold-hearted by any means, but is certainly more rooted. It's like this very grounded, rooted, powerful energy, this powerhouse energy, and it's very earth energy, and it's like, and it's also very controlling and very precise, and it's like you need to be more of this creative energy, you know, not being so precise that it leads you to perfectionism, and then you're having to deal with this. So perfectionism's preventing you from actually doing the work. Refrain from getting into this energy of trying to control everything, and go with the flow. Tap into your intuition, tap into your higher self, your psychic self, your most inner emotions. Trust that part of yourself, because it's going to allow you to create beautiful work. It's going to allow you to be successful in your career and in your work. I hope that this message resonated with you. Let's go ahead and pull a final card, an oracle card from The Wild Offering by Tosh Silver. Thank you so much. Whoa, that's way too many cards, but clarity came up, so I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then we'll pull another card, but this is like way too many cards. Clarity, it says, let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. I wasn't, I was just saying that, wasn't I? I was just saying that. I want to know what's on the bottom of this as well. Change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. Let me tell you, if you go to my Instagram, this is the card of the day. This is today's daily message, mindful message for the day, is this change card, and it's so appropriate. Both of these cards, gosh, it was just that's why I like to take the foundation card and then the leading top card, because for this very reason. It's like I was going to put them back, and I'm so glad that I felt led to not, and to read the top card. So it's just talking about the Queen of Cups and like trusting that intuition and that guidance and that deeper emotional part of yourself. And it says, let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. And, you know, here you have the blindfold, right? We're trying to gain clarity here. And may my own holy intuition always guide the way. Yeah, I just really strongly am just drawn to this Queen of Cups energy for you, that if you allow, this is just very healing, beautiful energy. And if you really tap into your emotions, I feel like you're going to find your inner strength, and it's going to help you start creating start doing the work. Creating, if you're a creator, putting in the work if you're, you know, in business or whatever that is. It's all creative work, isn't it, in the end, right? It's all a part of our energy that we're putting out into the world, trying to create something new and beautiful, whatever that is, if it's real estate, if it's whatever that is for you. And then change. Don't scare yourself for the next 40 steps. And that just goes back to the where you need to refrain. Like, try not to control everything. Try not to look too far ahead of yourself. Just make those baby steps. All you need is that one next action. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love also being God, the divine, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. That's gorgeous. That is so beautiful. I love this reading for you. I really do hope, again, that this resonated with you and that you found it to be helpful. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, comment below, and share it with friends. Also, if you'd like to see more of my content, please subscribe and hit that notification bell for my most recent videos. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Jessa_wild_tarot. All the information is linked in the description box below. On Instagram, I give daily mindful messages, and I also pull one card for love, so you won't find that here on YouTube, but you will find it over there. I do hope, Group 3, that you have a beautiful and abundant day. I'm wishing you the best of luck in your career. Thank you so much for being here.